And then, oh, hi!
Hello.
Hi, I hear things.
Hey. You can? Okay, good.
Yeah, I needed to change my settings and stuff.
A whole ordeal to what happened last time.
Yeah, good old Discord resetting settings and all that. But I feel like with Xenoblade 3, we didn't get as many like super close combat, super crazy fight scenes because whenever the heroes are going all out, they're in Ouroboros, so you don't get a whole lot of ground combat kind of awesome stuff as in the other games. Like there was some at the very beginning of the game before they were Ouroboros when the two sides were fighting each other, like Noah fighting Mio. What an amazing cutscene that was.
That was so beautiful.
I love that cutscene so much. But from that point, like, while the Ouroboros fights were cool, I feel like animation-wise and just, like, visually pleasing-wise, it wasn't as good as the characters themselves actually fighting on the ground. It would have been cool if they had, like, maybe some switching out of and into Ouroboros for, like, schmix-ups against enemies, and there was more stuff like that in more confined
Being more
spaces.
strategic, yeah.
Yeah, and if we got stuff like that, like you mentioned, actually battling N at the end rather than you know,
because they could have totally talked. They could have done both. That's what they did in Xenoblade 2.
Yeah, I would have loved that. It looks like in the trailers for the one significant trailer that just dropped yesterday for the DLC coming up. It seems like there's gonna be a pretty wicked fight with N on Prison Island though.
Oh yeah.
That'll be a good cutscene. Can't wait to see that.
I've actually looked at the trailer once and I haven't seen it since just once this morning, so I may not remember that scene.
Just the one-off. Yeah, I've been I've been reviewing it a little bit. The trailer dropped at like right when I started yesterday's Fire Emblem Engage stream, which means that like I couldn't see it until after I was done streaming. So I watched it at like 3 in the morning, half asleep. Then I watched it again this morning, and then I watched it on stream again here. So
I saw it this morning before going to work.
Gotta just fit it in there.
Yep.
All that.
But yeah, no, I'm not trying to diss the Xenoblade 3 developers or anything, but comparing the ending scenes and the fight scenes to the other games, it just felt like they kind of just got lazy at the end.
It could have also been like a time constraint kind of thing. I know that the release date was moved forward. I don't know how important it would have been for something like this, but, you know, to be fair, there's like 13 hours of cutscenes in this game, so... You know, the amount of super high quality cutscenes that they have in this game is already more than you would see in most games. But, you know, comparing it to Xenoblade 2 there, the last game, Xenoblade 2 did have more of it, yeah, so it would have been cool to see at least same level or greater. For sure. That would have been nice there.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Still, at least it's not bad per se. It's just like, oh, it could have been so much cooler.
Oh, nah, yeah.
You know?
Okay, so there is one scene I still remember to this day. It was super funny.
I walked into a Nup thinking he was an item.
No,
anyway,
so
that's neither here nor there.
I forgot exactly what part of the game it was. No, I mean what chapter, but I know it was like in the desert town. Ethel, I think. There was a scene where she her body moved like extremely sudden. She's like, it's like her body teleported sideways and then just started walking. I'm like, what the heck was that? It was super off-putting because normally you wouldn't see that. And I'm like, what? Hold on. I swear I gotta find this clip. It's actually kind of funny. And I've remembered that one scene since I first seen it all the way back when it first came out. It's still stuck in my head.
So it was something that happened to you while you were playing?
No, it's like happened to everyone.
Oh.
It was just like, what?
Then.
It was very goofy.
Something funny as well when it comes to Ethel. The final cutscene of the game is pre-rendered rather than done in game. So it's just always the same no matter what, and it doesn't matter what costumes you're wearing or anything like that. And Ethel in that cutscene appears as the normal adult Ethel. But for anyone that didn't do Ethel's Ascension quest, she's still like a kid, and potentially even in the, still in that pod, that respawn pod thing, Bob, if you didn't do Kamaravi's thing either. So because it's pre-rendered there, everyone just sees like the full adult Ethel standing there, even though she wouldn't canonically be for a lot of players, and a lot of people were really confused. That was a other little oversight potentially there. So wacky situation.
I don't think I've thought about it that much.
I wouldn't have thought about it that much if I hadn't seen people posting about it online. I would have been like, huh, I never would have realized because I did the stuff with Ethel, you know. But for those that didn't, it's like, wait, what? What's Ethel doing here? How'd that happen? Doesn't make any sense.
It is a very wacky game.
It honestly is. I've put together so much of a script for like story analysis. Like, story analysis of this alone is about the length of one of my average video essays, and I don't know if I will ever be able to actually have the time to make it into a full video essay, but I'd like to. There's so much I like about this story and so much I don't like about this story.
You can see what it had going for it though. I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like if we're looking back at the DLC, we see all the DLC characters, how they're all together and they returned and all that, and they make the scenes in there seem like it's much more impactful and meaningful. Like shit, real stuff is about to go down. But then when when the story actually happens in Xenoblade 3, it just doesn't feel as impactful or like something huge has happened. I mean, it's already like, I get what they're going for, and it is pretty epic. The ending climax is pretty epic.
I agree.
But I feel like it could have been like a little more impactful. They could have done like a little bit more with it. If they're already making it seem like the whole climax with Z at the end is pretty epic, but then they're showing us the DLC that's even more epic. Like there's a lot more on the line.
Potentially. I assume that what's going to end up being on the line in the DLC, though, is probably going to be, like, securing the Ouroboros stone for future generations or something, though, right? Like, pass a torch on for this eventual party, most likely.
And what initially started the whole thing to even happen.
And I assume that a lot of those characters are either going to, you know, die of old age because it's far enough into the future, or just be, like, killed in some way during that story so that they don't exist within Xenoblade 3 main game. Like, it's the rule. If you write a story before, and these are characters that don't appear later on, you gotta kill them. It's the rule. No, not necessarily, but I wouldn't be surprised there. I'm loving the long hair that Shulk's rocking though. It has to be said.
Yeah, that I think I've seen it.
I do appreciate some long-haired guys in video games, and and Shulk definitely has it down there.
Long-hair guy represent.
Oh yeah. There's not a massive ton of long-haired guys in media, so I always love getting some more. Being like, heck yeah, long hair's the way to go, rock it, you know? That's the way it be.
Alright, I'm trying to find the scene where she does that sharp turn, or where her body teleports to the side. It was super janky. It really was. It really was super janky. I'm gonna see if I can find it, and I think I'm on the video where it happens.
You want to see some real janky stuff during cutscenes? I can show you so much myriad stuff with Scarlet and Violet cutscenes after the amount of time I put into the video essay, discovering things in footage that I never knew before. Like, I found out semi-recently that some characters with long hair, so I've noticed it in Arven, and I've noticed it in my trainer, when the camera shot changes over to them, they'll have their hair just, like, flail around wildly for about 5 to 6 frames. It's super crazy, but it's really funny. So if you're paying close attention to like their hair and head right as the shot switches over, you just see a flash of something weird being like, what the heck was that? But when you slow down the footage and see it, it's like, oh my goodness, what? So, you know.
Oh boy.
That's one of the things that I've
honestly
noticed.
Kind of expecting.
I've also noticed a lot of characters not existing. And it's weird, sometimes it'll select, like, this character doesn't exist when we switch the camera shot over, but the other ones do. So, for example, in the cutscene where the characters are getting onto Koraidon to glide down into Area 0, Arven gets on first, and then Nemona. So Arven and Nemona are on Koraidon. And as the camera switches over to show Arven and Nemona on Koraidon, Koraidon's there and Arven's there, but Nemona doesn't exist for 2 frames, and then she pops in.
Oh my god.
It's so weird.
Pokemon is weird.
It's such a strange video game, I must say. Oh,
I blame the Pokemon Company. I blame the Pokemon Company. I don't blame Game Freak. I blame the Pokemon Company and their stupid marketing shit.
Yeah, probably just, you know, them pushing Game Freak to get things out with such speed. I'm just doing like
I
side
found
quests
it.
here in the meantime. I'm hoping that it doesn't spawn into a cutscene, but we'll see.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I found the clip though.
Oh.
She does kind of. Okay. She does like a super sharp turn. She doesn't actually teleport, but it kind of made it seem like it at first when I first saw it way back then.
Apparently, I'm sending some dudes. You get a. Should I have a look-see here? New react with sounds. Take the fun in voice to the next level with soundboard. Air horns incoming. Discord has a soundboard now?
Oh boy.
Well, that was
that was
the duck sound.
I just hear a duck, yeah. Oh my god. Oh boy. That's gonna be fun.
Wait, was this how Carvia did the Pika P in the voice call a couple days ago?
I wonder.
Because it seems like you can add your own custom sounds. So he came in, and I don't remember what the initial sound effect he did was there, but then you asked him to do like a Pikachu sound, and then he probably quickly grabbed the sound effect, added it, and then he played it, I would imagine. So apparently the default ones are Quack, Air Horn, Cricket, Badumts, Sad Horn, and Golf Clap. The heck is a Golf Clap? Oh, okay. Apparently that's a golf clap.
And really added that? Oh god. Oh god, no.
Okay. So I see you gave one like within my own playthrough. Glad to see the representing there. 1627, huh? Let's see here. What is going on here?
So she doesn't actually teleport. She just makes a really unnatural turn.
About 1627, with just like the super simple animation types of these lesser cutscenes.
Yeah.
What, the turn to the right?
Yeah. When I swear when I first saw that in the game, her body just straight up just teleported sideways. I don't know if it was a patch or something, but when I remember when I played it,
yeah, it
her body straight up. Yeah.
At least.
But it stuck with me to this day. I swear her body teleported when I saw it like sideways. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, that's not something I would expect to see in a Xenoblade game. But it happened.
I guess
it happened for me.
I guess it has the potential to happen in like their lesser cutscenes. I would never expect something like that in their high quality cutscenes that they go ham on. But like the super simple ones to fill the time, just using like the simple animation presets, I can see it potentially happening.
Yeah, it still was super goofy though. It gave me a chuckle.
Just a good old laugh there. I'm sending off some random dudes from the side quest that I accepted forever ago and then never did.
Alright, I gotta look at this trailer now.
Okay, yeah, I can pull up the trailer again in a hot second. Have a little bit of a look-see. But yeah, the the two characters with the silvery white hair have Alvis's core crystal. The one that looks like a human has the core crystal earring, and the Gormati looking one has it on the chest. So it's like, huh, did Alvis
I heard something about like that was actually like I was thinking about one of them actually being more Rex's kids. From what I heard.
If they were Rex's kids there, along with Pyramithra, you'd think that the core crystal they have would probably be green. And one of the characters in the trailer there, I believe her name is Glimmer. I keep on saying I believe because I should verify this, but I continue to have not. Has that core crystal, which leads me to believe, is this like Pyra and Mithra together as one character again? That's essentially this character there, because she has the green core crystal. But these characters with the silver hair have the red core crystal. And the red one was Alvis, the green one was Pyramithra, and the purple one was Malos. So, we're probably not going to be seeing Malos's, but...
Unless it's Pyra and Mithra's children, because they both had their own child too, unless it's both of them fused like how Pyra and Mithra were fused.
Oh. Yeah, maybe, who knows how, like, core crystal inheritance works, but maybe that new character is one of the children of Pyra/Mithra and Rex then. So I imagine that Mio is probably the kid of Rex and Mia, and then that Glimmer is probably the kid of Rex and either Pyra or Mithra, probably?
Maybe. I'm sure we'll find out next week, but one thing
Yeah.
that actually has me more intrigued now is why are Shulk and Rex not around? If Noah, because I think Noah was in the trailer too, somewhat, right? I think.
As
I
N.
only saw it one time, as N.
Yeah. So this was after he's like become N. It showed like the photo of him and Mio having that kiddo and stuff. So we'll probably find out who that kiddo is. He's probably gonna be like either Matthew or the granddad that is killed in the
Oh,
beginning.
that's right.
One of the two.
That's right. N was in there.
So yeah, it's after he's had his become a villain kind of thing.
Wait, so is this something that happened way, way back then, or something that happened recently?
I guess it
Because then if it
depends
happened a long time ago, then N is really fucking old.
Well, and something that I also realized is he only became N after several lifetimes worth of attempts, like several lifetimes of failing.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
being
true.
Like, I give up.
Wait.
Which means that Shulk and Rex probably have to work like Melia and Nia do, where they, within this world have... well, Melia and Nia already had extended lifespans as is, but it seems like they especially do within this world. And they're probably in the same boat if they're here in the same time as, like...
Oh, that's right. No,
after multiple
I just
lifetimes,
realized.
right?
All the lifetimes that N have had, it would have been only 10 years anyway. Not
But,
like a whole lifespan of like 80 years.
Yeah, but still, let's say he only gave up like 3 times. You would expect like Shulk and Rex to be in like their 50s or something at least.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they
But
still
the photo
seem
we
younger
got
than
too
that.
as well.
Yeah,
The photo we got
definitely-
too as well.
What, sorry?
The photo we got of Rex too as well. He seemed a little younger at the end of Xenoblade 3. Maybe that
So
could have been like what he looked like before, like right when the merge happened, and then eventually he was like one of the other people in the city and actually aged.
Yeah, some time passed then. But again, I feel like, with there would probably be more than just a few lifetimes that Noah would have had and failed. It only showed a few times within the game, but I feel like the player is meant to infer, like, this has happened countless times and he's tired of losing, like he said to Mio after he burned down the city, just like I didn't want to lose anymore. That probably a lot of time would have passed. But maybe their aging is slowed down. I don't think they'd have their own flame clocks. I don't know. We'll find out in 6 days, I guess. Case.
Because then it also makes me confused that how come Rex wasn't affected? How come Shulk wasn't affected by the loop?
Maybe, I think one of the things that some people have thrown out in theories, I don't remember if it was something that you were mentioning as well, early on, or either early into the game or before it came out. No, I think it was after beating the game, theory crafting and stuff. Anyway, the idea that those that got pulled into the flame clock were only those that were of a young age to be, like, impressionable and, fight for this because they were told to fight for it and, relive this part of their life over and over again. Like, maybe Shulk and Rex were a bit older for that, and,
No, you make a good point.
It might
Because I think anyone that starts off younger has more energy. Like, they're more hyperactive. But when you become an adult, you tend to lose a lot of that. You become more, like, mature. And you start to become more understanding. But if they're, like, young and they're pulled into it, then...
Yeah, a lot more impressionable at a young age.
And they become, maybe get easily manipulated.
Yeah, that's probably a reason for that. So maybe they were brought into that world, but not part of the system there. So I'm just looking over at generic quests in the meantime. Counterpoint. Target location. City. Boomer. I have to go find Boomer.
Boomer, oh
Apparently.
my god.
So I'm gonna go have a look-see there.
I wonder if they're actually a boomer.
If it is just like some old dude, that will, that's certainly something
That's
there.
gonna be hilarious. That'll be hilarious. I don't think I've actually seen that.
It's a side quest called Counterpoint here. Whatever it is. Because I figure I'll just do like some side quests in the meantime. That or pull up the trailer and have a look-see at analyzing some more things myself. But yeah, I am starting to believe that, maybe that character that had Pyramithra's core crystal could just be one of the kiddos. Because we don't really know how Aegis core crystal inheritance works. But if Mio is Nia's kid, then, she got that core crystal of the Flesh Eater and stuff. So maybe it works that way with Aegis's as well.
Wait.
Oh
That
my.
also has me wondering too.
It is a more elderly person. Also, my game lagged out quite a decent bit for a hot
It
second.
is? Oh my god, it is. That's hilarious. That's great.
I'm gonna follow
Oh
the specified
my,
characters now,
no.
Boomer.
I love that. I gotta take a screenshot of that. I'm sorry. That's pure gold right there. It's not every day you see something like that.
An old character named Boomer in a video game.
Oh, and you gotta get a close view of him, of his face. He's just moving sideways back and forth. He's like,
Well, like that. Oh, that was like perfectly lined up there. Also, I can switch
perfect.
my,
I got it.
hero
I got it. Thank you. It's beautiful. I got it. Thank you so much.
Also, one thing I do want to mention about the DLC is I really hope that there is a final additional hero in the main game. Just because it's so unsatisfying having one corner for the hero slots that isn't filled in the bottom right.
Alvis. Alvis. It has to be Alvis.
That would be interesting.
He's got to redeem himself.
And he wields the true Monado. Imagine.
Maybe.
What a thing.
It'd be even cooler. It'd be cooler if we actually have like the DLC, right? And because you have the DLC, it unlocks him in a separate side story in the full game.
Yeah, and then you have that slot filled.
But not only that, but it unlocks an even more secret cutscene with Z at the end of the game. Like an alternate scene.
What are you doing here? You mean to stop the flow as well?
No, not just, yeah, with him on the party and he understands more.
Would be interesting. Not the kind of thing that I can see Xenoblade doing though. But like different endings. Anything like that, but would be interesting. Or sweeten. Big spins. Also, one of the things that I had looked at when the first trailer came out for the DLC was the founder statues within the city here. I wonder if with this additional trailer I should have another look-see at them just for additional context that it might yield now.
Oh yeah, Luxon made a theory on that a while ago, and he kind of confirmed who the characters were. Looking at the trailer now, it does seem that his assumptions were correct.
Yeah, reading into those, it seemed like it does give a decent bit of information about generally who to expect these characters to be. Oh, and he just popped out of existence and a cutscene's happening.
I'm also... Oh my god. So, I'm realizing something else too as well. If Pyra and Mithra's kid in the DLC seem to be somewhat around the same age as Noah and Mio, because they were probably like really young too when the merge happened. How come they aren't reborn? Because Mio and
I think Glimmer showed a flame clock in her eye in the trailer, I believe. I might have to double check, but I'm fairly certain it showed a flame clock in her eye at least. Though I know that some characters were also referring to the clockless.
The clockless? Oh yeah.
But I think there was a flame clock in her eye. Also, I'm playing music with Boomer. Relax.
He's probably too much of a boomer to understand what it is.
Don't say that. My grandparents on my dad's side are getting on in age nowadays. They both recently turned 90, and they still love playing music. My grandpa plays harmonica, plays the harmonica, piano, and has been getting into the accordion as well. And my grandma plays the violin. And they like playing music together.
They're 90?
Yeah. Just turned 90 last year.
That's pretty epic. That's pretty epic.
Still enjoy.
It means you're still really healthy then.
Oh yeah. Enjoy playing those tunes.
I have a family member who's around 94, and he's actually still driving.
Well, good on him.
That's about the coolest thing I can share in terms of like older family members. But yeah, I might probably live to be around the same age as them, hopefully, because you have a lot of family that live up to that age too.
You're certainly hoping with that. And not have to go through a crazy cycle like the characters in this story have to do.
Oh
Slash the characters in that DLC
No,
coming
thank
up
you.
might have to do. Except for the
No, thank
Cluckers.
you. We'd already be reborn by now, actually.
Without even realizing it. So who knows?
Without
Maybe it's
even
happened.
knowing, yeah. Oh
It's just
no.
reincarnation.
Nah, cause then we'd look like teens. We would look like teens if we were reborn.
Well, if it worked the same way that it did in this world.
Oh,
At
yeah.
least, but
Who knows?
in game world.